I'm 27 and work in project coordination for a mid-sized tech company. I've been there 5 years now, and it's not glamorous, but it's stable. I live alone in a one-bedroom apartment, pay my bills on time, and sometimes help my parents when things get tight. I'm not flashy or dramatic. I just like things to run smoothly. My sister Natalie is 25. She's the kind of person who starts things with fireworks and ends them in smoke. First, it was photography, then interior design, then event planning. Now she's launching a boutique that sells curated thrift pieces and handmade items from local artists. It's in a trendy part of the city, and she talks about it like she's opening the next Anthropologie. My parents are obsessed with her. They say she's brave for chasing her passions. They call it creative courage like it's a badge of honor. When her event planning gig collapsed after 3 months, they said she learned valuable lessons. When I got promoted at work last year, they said good for you and changed the subject. It's always been like this. Natalie is emotional, loud, messy, full of life, as my mom says. When we were kids, she took my bike without asking, crashed it into a fence, and I got blamed for not keeping an eye on her. I was 11. That's been the theme ever since. Natalie creates the mess, and I get handed the broom. A few months ago, she started talking about this boutique idea. At first, it was just Instagram mood boards and late-night texts about vibes. Then she found a small retail space, signed a lease, and my parents gave her a loan to help cover the deposit and renovations. They called it an investment. That word got tossed around a lot. They told me about it over dinner one night, all excited like she was pitching on Shark Tank. Then my dad looked at me and said, "You're great at spreadsheets and planning. Maybe you could help her out with the logistics?" I told them I was happy to give her some advice, but I had a big launch coming up at work and couldn't commit to anything more. That should have been the end of it. It wasn't. Natalie called me later, crying. Said I never support her dreams. Said it's always been that way. Said I think I'm better than her because I have a job with health insurance. Our mom got involved and said I was being cold. That's her favorite word when I don't cave in. I stuck to my boundary. I didn't get involved. Then the cracks started showing. Natalie misordered the display shelves, wrong size, wrong finish, non-refundable. She forgot about the business insurance entirely. She thought the landlord would just remind her about the second rent installment, which he didn't. She missed the deadline. She had a business partner for a while, her old roommate, Casey, but they had a falling out a week before the soft opening. I never got the full story, but Natalie called it irreconcilable creative visions. Translation, someone realized this was going to be a train wreck and bailed. That was when my phone started blowing up again. Mom said Natalie was overwhelmed and needed someone she could trust. Dad said it was just for a week, just to help her get through the opening. They use that voice people use when they're asking you to help move a body, low, intense, urgent. I said no, not mean, not emotional, just no. I reminded them I had stayed out of it from the start and had my own deadlines to hit. I told them Natalie made her choices. She picked the location, the timeline, the vendors. I wasn't going to swoop in and pretend this was my responsibility. That didn't go over well. Mom said I was watching my sister drown. Dad said I was being heartless. Natalie sent a sad emoji and stopped talking to me. I was tempted to explain myself again, to lay it all out like a case in court. But I didn't. A couple days later, I heard from a mutual friend that the boutique's opening got pushed back. Apparently, Natalie had scheduled 2 different contractors for the same day, and neither one showed up. A shipment of her artisan soaps got delayed because she forgot to confirm the order. The boutique space had half-painted walls, empty shelves, and no signage. Still, she posted an Instagram story saying big things coming, with a sparkle emoji.